For a bumbling oaf, I was getting somewhere. Not with her, of course, not a chance, but somewhere with this mystery. If she had a professor in class, then it made sense that she had gone into that basement looking for something. She knew about Professor's interest in Poe. She had him in class. She would have heard him talk about Poe. She might have visited him in his office hours. She might have heard something when she was standing outside his office, or she might have seen something. "That's the Union up there," she said, nodding toward a large building about 50 yards away. In a few minutes we would be there, and I would be peeling off to go meet Barney, supposedly. What should I do now? How could I ensure I could connect with her again so that I could get my hand on that bag? We walked in silence for a little longer. The front door was 20 feet away. "Well, here we are," she said. "Maybe I'll see you around." "Yeah, maybe," I replied. My hands were sweating and my mouth was dry. It was all or nothing. "Let's plan on it," I said. "What?" she asked and laughed. I'd like to see you again. How about tonight after I see Barney?" This is the way guys talked in movies. It was all I had, so I went with it. "Okay," she said, smiling. It was this easy, I thought. I could have been doing this for years. "Here at 7, she asked. "Yeah, that sounds good. I'll see you here at 7. She smiled. "Okay, I'll see you then." She turned and walked away. That was easy, I thought. I had a date. Then it hit me. I didn't know how to have a date. As I headed into the building to meet up with my old buddy Barney, I tried to remember the movies I'd seen, the ones with dates in them. I wasn't even thinking about the letter at this point. I was just thinking about my dignity. I would have to talk. That much I knew. Staring into each other's eyes, getting close on a dance floor, it was all too early. And I was way too much of a loser for any of that. I just had to get in with her so that I could get that bag. Barney never showed, obviously. I bumped around the Union thinking about this mystery. I should have been planning the date to reduce my probability of failure by a percentage point or two, but I just couldn't bring myself to it. It was too painful. Instead, I thought about what I had seen in that Poe letter. No wonder Professor was so confident about the power of this method. He had a detailed instruction manual from the master of moving readers, the writer who seemed to have a secret string he could pull to manipulate their emotions. Of course, Poe would be the one to figure it all out. He had the mind of a scientist and the pen of a poet. Now a professor in some big industrial political machine was going to leverage the power of his secret and make a killing, or do some killing. Still, if I could get my hands on that bag... Oh, hey! It was her. Was it 7 already? I didn't know where I was. I had been wandering around the Union thinking about Poe and the secret and not paying any attention to time or my location. "Oh, hey, I didn't see you there." "That's because I was behind you." "Oh, right." She seemed happy to see me. I must have been misreading her. "I was just heading down to meet you at the front of the building," she said. "Where am I?" I said, and then realized how stupid that sounded. I resolved to start saying things in my head and evaluating them before I let them come out of my mouth. She laughed. It wasn't a bad laugh, though. It seemed okay, as if she was enjoying this moment. I struggled to focus. Did she still have the bag? It was just a little lightweight thing, nothing obvious, so I might have missed it. Now she was looking right at me, locking me with her eyes. She had incredible eyes. I needed to say something. It was my turn, right? What was I just saying? What was she saying? "You're still in the Union," she said, and laughed again. "Did you get lost in here? Did you catch up with Barney?" That was 2 questions, not 1, right? I decided to take the first one and stall for time while I tried to cook up an answer for the second. I wasn't lost. I was just wandering around here thinking. There I go again, I thought. Now she would ask, thinking about what? And that's exactly what she did. Maybe I wasn't as bad at understanding girls as I thought. This time I considered my response before I answered. "Well, some people might think this is weird, but I know you won't. I was thinking about Edgar Allan Poe." "Actually, that's pretty cool," she said. "I think things like that when I'm walking too. Are you an English major too?" "Yeah," I said. "I think Poe was a genius. Do you want to walk and talk, maybe get a bite?" She said sure, so I said I'd follow her lead. As we started walking, she said, "I like to read a lot of different stuff, but I keep coming back to Poe. He seems to have a hold on me." "See, that's the thing," I said. I wanted to read her face when I finished this thought, so I stopped for a second as if to emphasize my point. She stopped too and looked at me with those magnificent eyes. "It's like," I said, concentrating on her expression, "he knew exactly how to push our buttons." Something changed in her face, I would swear. It was subtle, but I think I saw it. "Yeah, maybe," she said. The bag, I thought. I had forgotten to look for it. When I started walking again and she turned to walk with me, I sneaked a look. She didn't have it. How was I going to get it now? I had no chance to think about it now. I had to carry on this conversation. We did, and I was okay. We talked for 2 hours about Poe, but also about books in general, about school, about her, about me. She didn't even ask about Barney. Finally, there was a long pause, and we were just looking at each other, and she was smiling. I guess we should go, I said. Yeah, let's go, she replied. We started walking. I didn't know where, and we talked some more. Finally, she slowed down and then stopped. I pulled up and looked around. This place looked familiar. This is my place, she said, and I realized we were back outside her apartment building. Oh, right, I said. I kind of lost track. Out of space, out of time. Ha, right. Dreamland. Not his best work, but the line fits. Yes, I was out of space and out of time. There was a long pause. She was looking at me again. She asked, "Do you want to come up?"